Hi, and welcome back to Sanctum Stitching, where modern meets vintage. I'm Fawn.
I'm Marianne.
And this is episode 38, which I just asked 1 second ago. So thankfully, Marianne's on top of it because today for me, I have been scattered. I worked through breakfast, I worked through lunch, and then all of a sudden it was 3:30 and time to film. And I'm on a time crunch today, even after filming. So if I seem a little frazzled and out of it, it's just I have not had a second to breathe today.
There you go.
So I think we've got quite a bit going on today. Marianne, do you have any updates from this last month or celebrations or just things you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm celebrating the year and a half that you and I have put into our Facebook. I'm celebrating fall because I know it's yours and my favorite time of year. And I'm sharing with all of you at the front of the thing so that we can also have good time today. I'm taking a break from Flosstube. Fawn's been wonderful to do it with, and I've had a lot of fun, and I really have enjoyed it, but I think I need a break. And if Fawn lets me, she said I can come back once in a while as a guest, show up, call her and tell her, hey, I don't call Fawn, I text Fawn.
Please, don't call me, text me.
Yeah, I don't think she knows how to talk on the telephone, y'all. She's definitely into
only when
message.
I'm driving in the car. My parents will test that. If I'm in the car, we'll be on the phone, and if I'm not in the car, I'm not calling.
Right. So I waited until it was an even number on our thing, and we've been adding people as members and as subscribers. We're up to over almost 800 subscribers. I think I looked earlier today and we were right at that amount. So
I don't know where everybody came from.
I don't know. Maybe it's your Black Needle Society group or something. They all saw you having such a good time. So that's what I wanted to just let people know. It's been a lot of fun. I have this down at the bottom of my page here. So I'll take a break, but don't worry, you will see me again. Just Fawn's going to let me know when it would be possible. She can send me, I'm filming today. Do you want to join in? Well, can I do that tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll talk it over. I'm sure you'll just let me know when you got something you want to share with the group. And if you don't, then no pressure.
And she's going to work out stuff for her that works best too. So on that note,
exactly.
I'm thankful for all of y'all. So that's what I'm celebrating and thankful for.
Yeah. And I totally get it, because to film these floss tubes, and any floss tuber will tell you, it's a lot of work to pull everything together and then put it away. And when you're stitching and then you finish a project or whatever, you just kind of want to put your stuff back, and then you end up having to make this pile for whenever you film. And it is a lot that goes into these videos. And so I definitely understand needing more time between videos. So you just let me know.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm going to continue making videos. I'm not sure what kind of cadence yet. It might be weekly, it might be bi-weekly, it might be a month. I don't really know. It'll probably be sort of random. So you'll see a video when you see a video. Hit the notification bell so you can keep up with me. Sometimes Sean will be on, but sometimes it'll be just me. And then, as we talked about, Marianne will pop in too. So
this is not going to affect us doing the Stitching Friends Across Borders, y'all. That's kind of my bailiwick. Fawn likes to join in once in a while, but I do that one with the Zoom. So we'll still be doing that. And in fact, in October, we're going to have 2 nights again, because some people couldn't get there on the one night and others could. So we're going to do 2 in a row.
You love it.
And Fawn's going to be able to use she's still going to be on the Zoom and stuff. So we're going to proceed with that. So it's not going to affect any of those issues at all, or fun things at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So be sure to go join that Facebook group if you haven't already. We'd love to see you. And then, so for my celebrations over the last month, seems like a lot has happened. I celebrated my anniversary. And so it was our 2-year wedding anniversary. And of course, we planned our anniversary trip around going to Keepsakes, which if you don't know, that's a stitch shop in Cincinnati. And so I think it's so funny. We actually booked a lodge that was near the shop, drove to the shop for the day, spent like 5 hours there.
Mhm.
We talked about leaving and going for lunch and coming back, but we were just too tired. And then we went to Jungle Gyms, which is like a giant grocery store, and it's really sort of out there, and they have stuff from all over the world. And I bought way too many teas, so Maria will be happy about that. And Marianne. I took some video or some pictures to post at the end of Keepsakes. So if you're interested, just watch for that. I did get a lot of haul from there. We had a gift card. We had a gift from my parents to buy stuff at the shop. And then we also planned to buy things. So between 2 stitchers at Keepsakes, we spent a lot of money. But I'm going to save that for the next video, just because I am on a time crunch today, and that'll take some time. That honestly could probably be its own video. So maybe it will be. But the folks there were
Don't
so
throw
nice.
too much of it at Sean. I'm sorry, just don't throw too much of it at Sean on your next one.
Oh my God, the intro, I loved it. I still laugh about it.
It was funny.
Exactly. So then it's almost my birthday. So at the end of the week, I'll be turning 30, and sort of in a hurrah to my 20s, I decided to have a hair appointment, and I dyed my hair red.
Mhm.
So I never dyed my hair any crazy colors my entire life. So right before 30, I've got to at least do something a 20-year-old does, is dye it a bright, bright color. And it's actually, looking in the camera here, it looks a lot darker than it is in person.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I were to go outside, it's not fire engine red, it's like classy red, but it's red.
Fun.
Let's see, what else happened? I feel like before I got on here, I had a whole mental list of all the things that happened to me over the last month that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I went camping last weekend, and it was really cold at night, but during the day it was the perfect temperature to sit and stitch. So I've got some other photos I'll post at the end of that. We sat right on the riverside, and when I mean we camped on the riverside, we were probably 3 or 4 feet from the water was our tent. And if you went down like a little ditch, then you got to the water. So it wasn't going to come and get us, even though it poured for like 3 days before we went camping here. And we liked the spot so much that we booked it for the 4th of July and Labor Day next year. So that'll be fun. Something
Were you down? Where did you go? Was it down at the Middle Grounds downtown?
We went to Farnsworth.
Oh, to Farnsworth. Okay.
So in Waterville, Ohio, they have 2 tent-only spots that they have a shelter house, and it's right next to the water. And then they have a couple group sites, but all of it is tent only. And so we really didn't see anybody. There was one family, but they were kind of gone during the day and only there at night. So it was a really nice time and very, very private, which Sean and I enjoy. We like to go camping and be in the woods, not be in the thick of a campground. So I think that's all my major updates. I did ABC Ingo, so that's with Carolyn Zook, and so that I worked on a lot of stuff because of that. So ABC Ingo, I got a blackout, which means I filled the entire board. And I think I vaguely talked about this at the start of our last video. You won't be able to see the writing, but basically it's a bingo board. You have 25 squares, and every day Caroline, I think it's Carolyn would call a number for the next day. So for example, on 9/12, she called O, and for me, that was stitching on my opossum chart. And so I would each day work on a different whip, and I actually kept up with it. I got 2 finishes, which actually I didn't bring. Oh, I did bring one over. I got 2 finishes and then like a section finish. And yeah, so ABC Ingo worked out really well for me. So you'll see I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Do you have any finishes or new starts, or what do you want to talk about first?
I do. First off, today I got the backing. Here's the back. It's a zipper back to the Susan B. sampler. And my sewing machine, you know, is ancient. That's my vintage. I got it in 1973. And it did not want to go across. I would have had to change to a very thick, very sturdy needle to get it to go across, because this has a zipper back in it, which makes it kind of nice. I thought I had the right size pillow, but believe you me, that size 16 pillow will not go in this. This is now measuring 14. It's
Pause
the first.
1 second.
Did I freeze again?
Oh, now you're back all of a sudden. Okay, continue.
I'll just sit right here. Anyway, I got the little, 2020 thing here that Heather sent to me, the little charm. Joe kept saying, "What's that over there? What's that over there?" I said, "It's a charm."
Like I already told you.
Yeah, I did put my initials and 21 at the bottom. So I'm going, and I got this stitched up today with getting the edges mitered. That's the hard part. And I'm going to go buy Joanne Fabrics or Michael's tomorrow and see if I can find a size 14 pillow and put it in it. And then I'll enter it in our show. I haven't entered this piece yet. And then I'll send it to my sister for her delayed birthday present. So I did have that. And I've been working on, we talked about this at our stitching group Saturday, our last Saturday of the month. So I've been working on a piece for it's the one I showed y'all last time that I had bought. I'm working on that for an ornament exchange. I don't care if somebody sees it. I don't know, maybe people don't want to know what you're working on for that, but
you never know whoever sees this. I still have to decide what I'm going to do.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd do that, and I was going to go look for maybe a nice hoop that's decorative or something to put it in.
Yeah, and, Joanne has the rubber brown ones.
No, I don't want that. I want something like what was on I see that, and I know you like them, and I might like that. But what I was thinking was if I could find something similar to what it's on the packaging.
Oh, okay.
That's what, and I looked at Hobby Lobby because it was Hobby Lobby last year that they got the stuff from. And I thought, well, I looked all over their website, and of course they don't have anything like that this year. But I thought, well, I could stop in, and I know you dropped by Michael's quite a bit too, and seemed pleased with that. So I have my list of go to Joanne Fabrics or Michael's and look for all this sort of stuff. If you want to, I have something new too, but I did get that finished done. I did do this stitching, and then I could share haul now or later. You got your choice.
I'll share what I finished, and then you can share what you started new.
Oh, okay.
So one of the things I finished was Pansies and Ribbons from Nancy's Needle.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's really pretty.
Yeah, I like it a lot. As you know, I don't like to stitch the same thing over and over again. And then in one spot, you can't tell when it's all together, but when I was stitching it, one of these bands was way off. And so I had to keep sort of like fussing with it to get it to count right. And so it frustrated me and it got put away for a while. But then for ABC Ingo, it came out for a day and I got so close. I had got the whole inside done, half of the outside border, and I had just this, like pretty much this outside border left to do. So I was like, well, I can't just put it back. I have to finish it. Yeah. And so one of the only changes I made was in the very center, I added a gold French knot to the yellow pansy.
Oh, okay.
They had the gold and I figured that would just add a little more pizzazz, I guess. So that's that, which I'm very excited about. So I have to actually frame it. I've got 4 or 5, at least 3, probably 4 canvas pieces that I've finished that I haven't done anything with, because framing canvas seems much more difficult to me than framing fabric. Even though the concept's the same, I've just got this mental block about it. So I'll have to find the perfect frame and get over myself.
Well, you like to go to Goodwill sometimes. You might be able to find some things there.
Yeah, I really need to write down the frame sizes that I need so that when I go, I can get it.
Yeah.
So then I finished or fully finished Toil and Trouble. Actually, I started this since the last time we filmed, finished it and fully finished it. So I love it. I found this last year, the Black Pumpkins, and was immediately obsessed. It's 100% my aesthetic. I decided there was supposed to be a broom at the bottom. I didn't feel like that added anything to the design. And that was the last piece I had to stitch. I was like, well, I could be done or I could add this broom. So I decided to be done. And I finished it into a little pillow. It's got some gold flecks in it, which is kind of hard to see. But I stuffed it with polyfill that I took out of my pillow. So
I was going to ask
if
you.
you're new around here.
I was going to say, did you get that out of your
On
pillow?
the floor here, fell is a black pillow. And
Yeah.
so way back when I started, I didn't want to buy polyfill. So I ripped open one of my pillows and I pulled the stuffing out of it and stuffed my project. And then I liked the idea so much that I kept doing it. Then eventually I ran out of stuffing in that pillow. But I was sad to pull polyfill out of a regular bag. So I went and bought polyfill and stuffed it in that black pillow. So now it's super fresh polyfill in the pillow.
That you're still pulling it out of it.
Exactly. It gets stuffed in my projects. But I know exactly where the polyfill is and I don't have to search for it. And it makes me laugh every time. So
it would be too.
You too could be like me and steal from your own pillows.
I like how that turned out. I saw it on your Instagram and I thought it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really plush. I super stuffed it and then I added walnut shell to the inside too. So it's got a little bit of weight to it. And the walnut I mostly got in the corners so that they wouldn't push down. So very excited about that. Super quick stitch too, if anybody's looking for a simple Halloween pattern. And then because it was Halloween and I had said I was going to fully finish my Clouds Factory Halloween banner stitch along from last year, I finished stitching it, but I didn't fully finish it. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just do it by Halloween. I've got tons of time, right? So then it was last week. I was like, well, I'm out of time. I got to put up my Halloween stuff. So I decided to fully finish it. And I think it's really cute.
Oh, that turned out nice. Yeah.
And so I had gotten this for like 49 cents at Michael's or whatever on clearance, but it wasn't as taxing as I thought it would be to turn this into a banner.
What did you put on the back of the banner? Is it the same fabric?
No, I had some spooky fabric.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to see. It's spider webs.
Spider webs. No, it's, I can see it. Yeah, I can see them.
Good. It's just not showing up clear on my video.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Cool.
Yeah. So I thought that like kind of matched the color.
Well, it complements it.
Not that you'd ever see it anyway, but it makes me happy. So now I have just one little pillar over on this side of the wall that's just wide enough for this banner to hang. So it's like the perfect size. I'm very pleased with that.
Wally grab for stuff like that? Does Wally?
He hasn't yet. When he was a kitten, I had a plate rack that had some leaves on it, and the leaves are pointed. And of course, he reached up, and he had gotten his back puppy paw caught on the leaf. And so I was in the kitchen, but I couldn't get over the counter close enough to get to him because there's like a counter and a breakfast bar and then my desk. And so I had to like stand on my tippy toes and lift him up with one hand so he could like push his hand off of the leaf. And he's never done it since then. I threw that plate holder out the same night. But I haven't really seen him go for too much on the walls. So I think that moment he learned.
Good. I was wondering because I put up our the witch on this broom and stuff the other day, and a little banner, and Joe said, so are we taking bets on how long it'll be before Fritz pulls one of them down?
Oh yeah. Fritz for sure.
So far he's ignored them. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. He's
Well, now you
behind
give
me.
attention to it.
I think he's behind. Oh, he's up here behind me. Good. He's resting.
Nice. Being good today.
Yeah, so far. Yeah.
So that's all I have for finishes. You said you had a new start?
Well, the new start was the ornament, but I was trying to think. I was going to start another. I'm working on I've started this knitting over 10 times and finally got that. So that's kind of a new start. I think I showed it to y'all, but last time, but it actually had more parts to it because I had not ripped them out, but I started this over. Here's the correct side to look at.
Is that the one with the hearts?
No, that's been finished. This is a shawl.
Oh, okay.
The one with the hearts is that's a cowl, and that's all finished. No, this is a shawl with looks like seashells kind of, or shells. I've started it 10 times, and I decided if it wasn't going to work that last time, then we weren't doing it. So it worked.
Decided to listen.
It's hard with the white sometimes to see. So that's I will have a new start. This will be my new start on, I showed y'all last time, this was part of my haul, was this Give Thanks by Blackbird Designs. So that's going to be my new start with all these lovely pieces of thread, or all these threads on October 1st, because some of us in the stitching group there decided we'd stitch it. Well, now we've got like 6 people that decided to start this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty one.
It is. And I have, this is my haul, some of it. I have a project.
Did you get that at Craft Gallery?
Yeah, made of, this is cinnamon spice fabric. And so I bought it to do this with. And I also bought the box.
Oh, okay. Nice. A new tuffet for Fritz.
Yeah, that's what I figured, a new tuffet for Fritzy. So that's kind of my haul in stitching to start, all in one place. And I got Carrie a box in the same color as Fritz's other tuffet. So
I still can't believe it's on it. I mean, I believe it, but I don't want to believe it.
I know. I'm going to enter it in our show we're doing down at the Bowling Green Fairgrounds the end of October here, the Guild, along with, I know we've talked about it to people before, but along with our the quilting group. And I promised Diane I would dust it off before I bring it, make sure there were no cat hairs on it. Fritzy gave me permission to take it. So there you go.
Sure you did. Yeah, you have that submitted already though, right? Because you have until October 1st to submit.
Yeah, I've submitted all my stuff already. I just haven't submitted I have not done the Susan B. sampler yet because I wasn't sure if I was going to get the backing done in time.
Yeah, I submitted for Sean and I, so we both got a bunch of projects going. If you don't know what we're talking about, there is a Needle Arts and Quilt show in Bowling Green, Ohio at the end of September, or the end of October.
Right. 21st, 22nd, 23rd at the Bowling Green Fairground.
And if you're local and you want to go, check it out. I'll be there all day Saturday. I'd love to see you in person. Yeah. I'm not sure if you're going to be there any specific dates or times, but if not, then you could just run into Marianne. If you see her, you see her.
Yeah. Well, I plan to be there. Maria and I are carpooling some, and I haven't checked with her yet what day she signed up for, because no, I do plan, I better be down there. Diane will ring. Yeah, Diane, if you're watching this, don't get upset. Diane's asked us all to volunteer, and I plan to volunteer. I'm not going to upset.
Well, that's why I'll be there Saturday, because I can't work for any of the other days. So I was like, I'll be there all day Saturday. Just give me a lunch break and I'll be fine.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, when you work full time, it does make it kind of hard to get to some of this, and you have to either take vacation time or something. So no, we're glad you're going to be there on Saturday. That's great. Because
I think you can go ahead.
No, I actually had that written down to say something about, so we got it covered.
Oh, perfect. Look at you organized with notes. I've got no notes because I'm so scrambled today.
Well, you usually have the notes, and I usually just fumble along here, but I wrote out some because I wanted to let people know that, yes, we're doing a Give Thanks Sal and show the box and project bag. And the box I meant to say is from Lee Hayes, Lehays. He does them all by hand. And this was when they just happened to see it. They just had to happen to have it, Craft Gallery, and it's bigger than what the pattern calls for. But I told Carrie, I said, don't worry about that. You just you just have more of your fabric showing that the design is not necessarily on.
It'll look good anyway.
Yeah. And so that's what I had in mind to mention too.
Nice. I was thinking of taking pictures when I'm there of all of the works and then stringing them together into a video. Just Stitching Ink just did that for the Medina Needlework show. And it was nice. It was like 20 minutes. And it was so nice to see all the things from their show that I wouldn't have been able to see because I couldn't go. So if I have the time or remember, I will do that. So let us know if you're interested in that too, because if you're totally not, then it takes a lot of work and I don't want to put it up if no one wants to see it.
Check with Diane and make sure that's okay to do. It should be, but you might check with her. We used to have it where people couldn't take pictures of any of our items on display, but then that changed. So
yeah, I would think it would be great advertisement for next year to show what we had.
Yeah, so we'd like to have a judge show next year, one that's judged by a needle arts judge, a EGA judge, but who knows where we're going to be next year. We'll just see. But this is going to be fun, y'all. If you like quilts, if you like needlework, if you just like getting out and about for a little bit, it's in the Junior Fair building. I think that's what it's called. And so it's the last one at the far end is what I was told.
And it's $5 to go. So very inexpensive.
Yes.
So back to stitching.
I
had a new start. So to celebrate finishing successfully ABC and Go, I started on the Witchy Stitcher Happy Halloween. I bought this last year at Halloween, kitted it up then, and never got to it. So
wow.
So I have the happy done, the cat. I have to just fill in the black. Its eye looks a little weird right now, but it's literally just missing the black. He looked really like sickly when I had just the dark orange stitching in the eye and not the top part. And I was like, oh, he needs to go to the doctor. But yeah, so I'm trying to get that all finished this week, the black fill in, and then there's just Halloween at the bottom, and then a couple ghosts and pumpkins and things like that. So really not that much. I'm not going to say I'll have it done before October, but I would like to have it done before Halloween and probably finished into a pillow because that's my MO now. So
very good. Very good.
And I've been keeping that in my bag from Heather. So thanks, Heather.
Yeah. Yeah, my bag from Heather is overflowing.
And then I guess this is haul. I don't think I've shown it on here. So this is my Jasmine Ravenclaw bag. Have you seen this yet?
Oh, wow.
It's giant. The green is like a faux leather. It's got a front pocket and it's also got a big pocket, and the inside is spider.
Now, where did you get that?
Jasmine Ravenclaw on Instagram. She sells only through Instagram. She makes all different types of bags, like purses, diaper bags, lots of project bags.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm going
I'll keep going. So she sells all sorts of bags and they're absolutely beautiful. So Jasmine, or I guess Jen is her name. Jasmine Ravenclaw is her company. So Jen, if you're watching, thank you so much. I absolutely love this bag. And as I told you before, the second I saw these little ghosts in the house, I knew that I had to have this bag. And I had watched all of her Instagram posts for probably, I don't know, it feels like a year now, definitely months, over and over again, trying to figure out which bag I wanted, if I wanted to ask for specific fabric. Like I just couldn't commit. So then as soon as I saw this, I was very pleased. And then we'll pause till Marianne comes back.
Well, that's a cute bag too. You've just got those coming out the wazoo.
I know. I don't usually get project bags unless they come in like my box or something.
Yeah.
And so then I was very excited. And so of course this one I can't find the cover photo, but my new start was on the Possum Song by Mama Witch X Stitch. She's a Russian designer on Etsy, and she has really, really, really cute stuff. So if you haven't seen the picture yet, this possum is holding a banjo. He's got some moonshine next to him, and he's in a wreath of like bugs and fall type flowers and leaves. But I have ripped this guy out, I don't even know how many times. The way the pattern is designed, there is no overlap between the pages. And because his back is so gray, there's so many different colors of gray in the back, and I've really struggled with it. It's very cute, it's gonna be worth it, but in this moment it's been difficult.
I've seen the picture. It is cute. Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun to do. Yeah,
and much bigger than I thought it was. So as always, you can read the design, but until you stitch a pumpkin or a possum hand that's 3 fingers long, you don't really realize how big he's gonna be.
Oh my.
And I'm stitching this on Be Stitch Me Avocado in 28 count. I did a poll on Instagram to see what people thought, and everybody picked the dark color. And then, of course, I couldn't commit and went rogue and was like, no, I'm going to go totally opposite of what everybody said, because I think only one person voted for this and like 50 people voted for the other one. And I was like, no, I keep thinking about it, and I think it's going to look great.
I think it's going to be fine. I don't think I told you avocado, but I liked it because it is lighter, and that gives him something to show up against.
Yeah, and I also like the green is also, I don't want to say it's a trashy green, but it's almost like a mossy, outdoors foresty type. And so it just gave me possum vibes. I was like, it's fun, but I think it's really cute. So.
He needs avocado.
I bet he would eat an avocado if somebody gave him one.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. If you want to stitch along with us, we're using 2 hashtags. It's hashtag Moonshine Opossum Sal and Moonshine Possum Sal. So I had started using the O for opossum because technically that possum is an opossum. Possums are technically brown and in Australia only. So I didn't want to deal with anybody being like, well, don't you know it's an opossum, not a possum? And so I decided to just be sort of technical with it. And then I'm stitching that with Memphis Sarah E and Jessica, or Sarah from Memphis Sarah E and Jessica from Down Allison Road, which go follow them if you don't. And I say that every single time about Sarah, but we're adding Jessica to the mix.
Yeah.
And Jessica was like, well, down here in the Ozarks, we call it possum. So I'm just using possum. And I was like, well, yeah, I know, but technically. And so I didn't want to get yelled at, because, you know, there's going to be that one person that's like, it's not a possum and it's an opossum. So I was trying to get ahead of the game.
Right. Yeah.
So then the rest of the stuff I have is a little bit of haul. We have our giveaway winner, and I still have all my whips. So did you have any whips that you wanted to show, or have you just been working on your new starts?
I should showed you the whips there. No, all my other whips, everybody's seen at some point in time anyway. They're constant. So we don't change a lot around here. I did try though. I am working on this little Christmas thing. Yesterday I was on the porch. And I thought, well, I'm going to try what Fawn did. And I had done it one other day of doing the 25 minutes, to stitch. So I set the clock and 25 minutes went by because I was listening to an audio book as well and stitching. And I said, well, I'm not through doing this. Set it for another 25 minutes.
That's what keeps happening. I start to do the 25/7 and it turns into like an hour. I'm like, well, this is totally fine. The point is just to work on your pieces, whether it's 25 stitches or 25 minutes. So I am happy that I'm getting
25 minutes twice yesterday. So that was fun. But thank you for telling me about that. I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, it's a blast. And I've gotten so much done. You'll see in a minute. So one of the things I did for ABC Ingo, excuse me, I had too much ginger ale, and ginger ale is really bubbly.
Yeah.
So I'm working on Hawk Run Hollow Halloween, and I'm working on the one where it's obviously the ship and the mermaid and the whole thing is underwater except for where this text is. So I've started to fill in the blue stitches of where that color is, and then there's another dark blue. And then at the bottom, there's still a chest to go in, a bunch of fish, some necklaces. So I've got a long way to go on this one. And then I'll save my birds for last because they're my favorite. That's my 25/7 piece.
Okay.
This is Gone Batty by Brenda Gervais. And it is stitched on, let's see, .32 count avocado, but definitely a different avocado than the last avocado I stitched on. I don't know who
it's more yellow. It looks more yellow.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a trashy avocado than the other one. So on this one, I've gotten more of the green done in the neck for the vine, and I have been working my way down across the cat. So there's a lot of stuff still to go on the outside as I check my needle. But I think I'm just going to try to fill in across the cat. And I think once he's done, the rest of it will seem so manageable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I finally got caught up with There's No Planet B. So I have been not caught up since March, when March Madness happened and everything went to hell. So I'm very excited that finally for October, I made it. So for this one, it is the tiger and the pygmy three-toed sloth. So I'm sure you all know what a tiger looks like. But there's the sloth.
Okay.
The tiger is endangered and the sloth is critically endangered.
Oh my.
So I'll show you the whole thing first and then the tiger.
It's looking good.
I'm trying to see through the fabric to see if it's in frame.
Yeah, it is.
So if you see my eyes looking real wild back here, it's like me just trying to see through a sheet.
No, you've got it. You've got it in there real well, Fawn. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. There's not that much left to go, just 3 months. So getting exciting. And let me just fold it up. There is the sloth, and it has a little baby with it. And then I thought the tiger was real cute.
Very good.
So this is a super fun one. I'm excited to see what they're going to come out with next year for their stitch along. And they usually do a Halloween one, but they haven't posted anything about it. You would think they would have already posted by now. So I guess there's no Halloween sale this year, which is sad because I really liked the last one. And then my last whip, which I thought I worked on more things, but I guess because I finished them, is Suet Duet by Crossed Wing Designs. Crossed Wing Collection. And let me move the needle minder out of the way. Here's where I am.
Okay.
So the last time you had seen it, let me come around here. The last time you had seen it, I had, oh, that's not even the top. There we go.
There you go.
Better. I had just, I think, started on the tree and was working my way through. Now I have the whole suet cage. I have almost one bird totally done. I'm missing 2 flosses, so until I get those, I can't finish it. But there is lots of flowers left, lots and lots of leaves. And then you can see on this side, I have the start of another bird. Oops, sorry, my phone's ringing.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's Sean.
Somebody's ready to come home.
I think he butt dialed me.
Oh, okay.
Moving on. So I have the suet cage done, the birds partially done, but there's another woodpecker that goes up on this side. So if you can look, the colors in the trees are just so nice. And I thought the brown was going to be too bold, and then once it got in there, I really liked it.
Yep.
But
very nice.
It's coming together, and I really like the way the suet came out.
I was going to say that looks good
because there's lots and lots of color changes. But since it was full coverage, you could sort of do the constellation stitching and go all over the place because it was all going to get covered up anyway. So that worked in my favor. And that's all I have for whips.
My goodness.
Oh, take a break. Get a drink. I feel like I've done so much talking.
Hey, there. Brian has some news for you.
Oh, yeah.
Brian has some news. I was looking back to see when we last taped, and he went to the vet the 9th of September. And I think we had taped, just the end of August and then into this. And he did have cancer in his ear, but they got it all. Wow. So the tumor was cancerous, but the vet got it. He went down far enough. They said there was none that they could detect going beyond that.
Oh,
so
good.
Yeah. But funny, he doesn't listen. He doesn't seem to hear you as well when you call him anymore. I wonder why.
You brat.
Anyway, that's some of our good news, isn't it, Brian? Yes.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of bad news laced with really good news.
Yeah.
So all that I have left is a little bit of haul in our giveaway, and I think you said you had some haul.
Well, I showed you my haul. That was my box, and that was it. The box and the project bag. That was excitement, haul, and everything all in
today.
one. Yes, all in one. It was there. Ta-da.
So two of the things that, or one of the things I got at Keepsakes was the blue flower, and you can't really see it here. It's called Moonlight Sampler, and it's got all these little animals on it. So I picked that up at Keepsakes because I want to do a birthday start on my birthday, which is Sunday, but I'm not sure what I want to do my birthday start on. I originally had planned to only do the blue flower Huckleberry Farm, which I just love it. It reminds me of picking blueberries at my grandma's lake growing up. And then I realized that I had this blue flower chart. So
it's going to be a hard time for her.
Lots of editing. I might leave some of them in there. So if I do, sorry. This one is Autumn's Hymn, and this was in the Black Needle Society fall box. And so that's really cute. It says, "Go sit upon the lofty hill and turn your eyes around, where waving woods and waters would do hymn and autumn sound." So I don't know. My new dilemma is I don't know which one to start for my birthday. So I have to think about it. If anybody has any strong opinions either way, let me know.
What's
Although
the one
probably,
in front? What's the one in front? Okay.
Huckleberry.
That's Huckleberry Farm.
And that's the one I was first thinking of. And then these two ended up in stash. I was like, well, I don't know.
Well, knowing you found, I know I keep interrupting you because I keep thinking of something. Knowing you stitch very quickly. What if you started all three since it's your 30th birthday? You could spend 25 minutes on one, 25 minutes on another one, 25 minutes on the third one. You know, you could do that. I just gave you something horrible to think about, didn't I? Scary, not horrible.
Well, the fun part about is if I do the blue flower is when I have off of work on Friday, I'd have to go down to Craft Gallery to pick up some of the fancy flosses.
There you go.
Gee, and so I think I have to do that for the Moonlight Sampler too. Yeah, so just whichever one I pick, I'll have to go. Or up to Tecumseh. I'm not sure which one I want to go to yet. But I was not going to go to a stitch store because I just went to Keepsakes and spent a bunch of money. But then I was like, oh, birthday star, I don't have the floss for it. And because some of it is like such big sections, I want to use the fancy floss for that variegation.
Yeah.
That's a real dilemma. So I guess next time I'm on here, you'll find out what I ended up doing.
Yeah. I vote for the one that reminds you of summers at your grandmama's farm.
Yeah.
To start that one for your 30th, and then you can just mosey on into the others later in the week if you want to.
That's true. That's a good idea.
That or start all three on your birthday.
Oh no.
The devil made me say it. The devil made me say it.
The stitching devil. Oh man. So then I got my Be Stitch Me color of the month for September. So if you don't have yours yet and don't want to be spoiled, mute me, look away. And this one is called a Pumpkin Patch, and it's a 28 count linen.
Oh my. That is bright.
And that screams Halloween. And it's a little bit orangier than is coming out here. So excuse me, I think it's like my hair. It's even brighter in person than
me.
You can really see. But that's a fun one. I'm very excited for that. Before we open a package, Sean and I try to guess like what the color of something's going to be. And so we both guessed orange, but we did not guess this super spooky Halloween orange. So it's really, really nice. And then the last thing I have is Stitchy Kindness. So on Instagram, it was Sally from her Instagram handle is Sally Yuan. So Sally Youn. And she decided to do a random act of kindness as she was cleaning out her stash and posted just a bunch of charts she had in bundles and let people sort of enter to win. And then she randomly picked people, and I was one of the ones she randomly picked. And so I got a bunch of Raise the Roof. I think it's Raise the Roof. Yeah, Raise the Roof charts. And two of them I'm actually obsessed with. So I got Crabby January through March. And so I guess that's showing the things that you don't like about the year instead of the things you like. So for Snow and Cold, Love Stinks, and Wind for March. And then this one reminded me of a stitch Marianne had done before. It says, it's Warmth of a Good Friend. And it says, there's nothing like the warmth of a good friend. And it's a snowman who gets peed on by the little dog.
Yeah.
And so Marianne had stitched a snowman that got peed on. So this one reminds me of you.
Yep.
This
put away till December. Yeah.
Right? It's Pushing Up Daisies. So it's got all these dead animals and then the daisies with the alphabet. But it was funny because at the bottom it says, yeah, they're dead. Can you dig it? So Sean cracked up at that one, so he might take that chart. this one says what side. So what side of the bed did you get up on? So it's like the nice side or the cranky side. So those are clever. Love thy neighbor. And so it shows one house all immaculate and one house that's it's got a dog that looks like it's pooping all over the yard, branches and leaves falling down, Christmas lights still up, you know, that neighbor.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Then there's Love Laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Socks, Shorts, and Stitch. So a laundry line for 4th of July, which is so cute. And usually I don't like to stitch 4th of July, but I feel like this is subtle enough that I would actually stitch that.
Yeah.
Then there's Snow Fence.
Oh, cool.
And
That's
Spooky Fence. Which you know that one's me.
Yeah.
And then the last two are my favorite. So Witchy Washy. And so it's got a witch's laundry attire.
Oh.
And at the bottom it says, have you ever cross-stitched a bra? I was like, no, but I'm going to.
Oh, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
And then the very last one is turkey dressing. And it is sort of the pilgrim attire on the laundry line. And they even have the turkey there with his feathers plucked up and put on the line.
Oh, me.
Which I can't. So I'm going to start this one in November for sure.
Well, and now you just need a little clothesline to hang them on when you finish them.
Yeah, that would be so cute to do it that way. It'd be really
Put them on a
appropriate.
string or something, you know, string them across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn
And so
says,
then,
yeah, dream on.
no, I love it actually. I really do. I want to I like the idea of the clothespins. I'm just trying to think of where I can get like the smaller clothespins. Although if you have just one big one, you don't need multiple little ones. So
I've got some that I bought for knitting, like they're little clothespins or for things, and they're only about that big. Okay, there you are. They're only like about that.
okay.
But you can clip them on their little clips.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think where I got them. Probably at
like
Yarn Envy. You could probably find them there, in the knitting area or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a really cute idea. So then I think my desk is clearing off, so we're getting there. The last thing is the giveaway. And so last time we told you to use the word hoot if you want to win the Lizzie Kate Biscornu and I think it's a scissor fob. Yeah, Biscornu and scissor fob kit comes with the buttons and the fabric. And so the winner for this, I forgot to record it or screenshot it, so you'll just have to trust me, is Denise Waterfield. So Denise, I'm so excited you finally won.
Yay.
Let me know if you want me to send this, or I can just bring it to the October meeting when I see you. It honestly would probably get to you in better time if I brought it to you than if I tried to get it to the post office.
Yeah.
So let me know. I'm excited for you. As soon as her name came up, I was like, yeah, Denise.
Yes. Yes.
But that looks like that's all I have.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I was going to talk about, usually I do vintage. I think my earrings are, but I don't know for sure. I can't remember where I got them. Aren't they pretty? I found them in my big box of earrings. It's about this big and this big and this big. And that's just
they match really well.
Thank you. I thought I'd try and do that, and get my pearls out and stuff. I just wanted to suggest sometimes when you can't find the floss that a pattern calls for, there's stitch palettes out there, which we've talked about her page before. She posts on, I get it through the mail, so she's got a thing, but she shows a great way of using different colors and such. And she has, I actually was trying to find a color the other day, and I was going through the whole book. I printed off her palettes that she did for different seasons, and I was just flipping through. But I also, she can come up with a variety of colors, especially if you want to do something just on your own. You know, maybe just some embroidery. I've got some towels I was thinking of embroidering, and I was thinking, well, it would be neat to look at her color charts that way. But another thing is there's a it's called Floss Color Tool, TOOL, Floss Color Tool. And that's really neat because you can go on there and find the color you are looking for. Say DMC, we know that 310 is black, but say you can't find any 310. You can go on there and it will come up with other colors that might work as well for you, sometimes 5 or 6 different ones. So I was looking for that the other night because people are having some trouble with this Give Thanks design, coming up with all of the Gentle Arts colors. And so we're having to figure out some DMC or something else that might go with those. Let's see. I wanted to compliment.
I usually use the Cody Hoover DMC conversion site.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. And then I was going to let people know, you know, we were really fortunate this month at our meeting. Fawn did a really nice job with a presentation on her stump work butterfly, which if you saw us last time, she showed some, and I think on Instagram she may have shown some doing it. And she did a nice job with a slide presentation. It was really nice. And I think the people doing the butterfly, that we found out that was a good way to do it, didn't you? I mean, I think you figured out that worked well, rather maybe than trying to do some of it on a whiteboard or something. For October, we're going to have another member doing scissor fobs, showing everybody how to put a scissor fob together with beading and such. And then Fawn's going to be back again in November. So we're getting some nice programs together, and she's our program chair and has been doing a really good job this year, especially since we haven't been able to be together. Well, we've been together now since June or July. We've been actually inside together.
Half a year-ish.
Yeah. So it's been a year and a half that we've been operating on Zoom. And we've had, as a guild, we've had to be thinking about it too. What are we going to do? We're going back to Zoom for our January, February, and possibly March meetings. But, you know, hopefully I'm hoping that anybody watching this, the numbers are going down in your area and stuff, and that life can get a little bit back to normal for folks. But we're still wearing masks at Guild. There's too many of us. So it's a small room, so it's spread out some, but it's not socially distanced 6 feet. It's closer to 2.5 to 3. But we've been still, I think people have been glad to be back together again. And so we've had at least 20 people at each meeting. So there we go with that. Also, if you're in the area over in Akron, Ohio, over in northeastern Ohio, the Stan Hewitt Hall is holding a October fair starting October 7th through, I think that's Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. It might go through Sunday. And there's a needle art group that is guild that is connected with the Stan Hewitt Hall, and they are doing a presentation of all sorts of needlework. It's not just needlepoint, it's cross stitch, crewel, all sorts. And some of the members of the guild are going over there, I think on Thursday, to go see that. But we just hope you're enjoying stitching and enjoy watching. And I think Fawn's going to do a good job on her own when she can fit it in. And look out, I'm not disappearing, y'all. I'll be back. Just she had a break last. she had a break last December and into January some, so I'm taking a little bit of a break myself. So I think we'll all enjoy just getting together on our stitch alongs too. So there we go. That's all I've got.
Well, I'm looking around. I don't have anything else. So on that note, we're so glad you watched us. We're so glad you are enjoying our channel. If you're new here, and I'd love to know who sent you or where you heard about us. If it's Instagram, if it's somebody specific that shouted us out that we just don't know about, I would love to know that so I can thank them. But really, we're just so glad you're here. So
Right.
I'll be back probably sooner than a month. I don't know if it'll be a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. Hit the notification bell and you'll find out.
Right. That's right.
So on that note, we hope you have a wonderful week. Great rest of your night, morning, whatever it is you're watching us, and we'll see you soon.
Happy
Bye.
fall. Bye-bye, y'all.